What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Shout out to the Elite Fleet. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can become a member of the Elite Fleet. And we're going to do a reaction to Dr. Umar's heated debate he had where he claimed black men must take responsibility for women's poor decision making. Or at least that's what the title is saying. A lot of people are saying Dr. Umar is simping. This is my first time watching it. You already know I consider myself the most unbiased person on YouTube. So if he's simping, we're going to call him on it. If he's not, then we're going to keep it real and tell the brothers that they need to step up. All right. So y'all know I don't like to waste too much time before I get into it. I do my reactions to the actual video. I don't like to really put my face on the screen because I don't really understand the point. So we're going to play the video. I'll stop it when I have some points to make in, and we're going to come to the conclusion whether or not Dr. Umar was simping or is the brothers tripping. All right, let's get straight into it.
Speaking of that, I've seen a video of yours where you said that feminism has conditioned black women to view black men as the enemy.
It has. Feminism was financed by the CIA. Gloria, what was her name? Gloria Steinem, I think she was.
Right, yeah.
Mother of modern feminism, because traditional feminism goes back to the 1800s, right? With Susan B. Anthony and those white supremacists. But Gloria Steinem was a CIA agent. They financed her. Her first feminist magazine they paid for. The CIA brought feminism into the white household to get the woman out the house and into the black household to turn the black woman against the black man. To scapegoat us for problems caused for her by white supremacy.
So,
all right, so coming right off the bat, I agree with him 100% about his statements about feminism. Not necessarily for what his purpose was towards white women, because I want to say this, and I say this all the time. First and second wave feminism, I'm fine with. All right. Women should have the right to vote. They should have the right to earn property. They should have the right to work. They should have autonomy over their own bodies. When feminism started, it was about basic human rights, which, believe it or not, guys, women did not used to have. All right. It's when you got into third and fourth wave feminism, we started to get into intersectionality and all this other stuff. That's when I stepped out and said, okay, now y'all doing a lot, because it's now feminism of today is no longer about rights. It's about power. All right. Now, I'm not going to get too much into that because that's not what this video is about. But I will say, generally, I agree with his first statements, except for the reason why feminism was implemented into the white community. I don't believe it was implemented just to get the white woman out of their household. It's a lot deeper than that, especially in its oldest form, because, like I said, women at one point literally did not have basic human rights. All right. But let's continue. I do agree with him about why it was implemented so strongly in the black community. I will say that also before we continue to go forward with the video, because at the end of the day, I say this all the time, and I'll say it again right now. For those of you who may not have heard me on previous videos, black men never oppressed black women in America. Black men really throughout history never really oppressed black women. If you go back to ancient African cultures, right, black women and black men pretty much were always on the same standings. All right, we had black female guys. We had black female pharaohs. So really the idea of patriarchy in its traditional form, right, the one we're talking about in America, was established and implemented by white Europeans. It was never really established or implemented by black men in general. And black men in America never even had a power structure to oppress black women if they wanted to. So it was always a partnership here. It was always we helped each other out and we knew each other's roles. All right, so this whole idea of the patriarchy in the black community is insane. There was never a patriarchy in the black community. But that's a whole nother conversation. Like I said, that's not what we're supposed to be talking about, so let's continue.
Obviously, a big thing, obviously, we spoke about the gender wars, earlier. Obviously, there's a lot of conversation nowadays about, the value of what a woman brings and the value of what a man brings in a relationship. And now there's a lot more rhetoric from our women that we hear is, I'm strong, independent, I don't need no man, right? So,
That's pain speaking, though.
Right.
Because most black women know they will never get a man. A black woman can have sex whenever she wants.
Right.
Because she's beautiful. She can have a bed mate, but to have a soul mate, she may never get. I have two daughters, 11 and 20.
All right, so before he goes into talking about his daughters, I agree with that statement. Not too long ago, I want to say it was maybe the Home Depot video. I don't remember. But not too long ago, I literally stated the way black women move, you can tell that they move in pain, and the pain is of knowing or not really feeling like they have a legitimate chance to be locked down, married with a family with one guy. And you can tell in their actions, the whole, like he said, strong and independent, it's a facade. The whole, living my best life, all that stuff is a facade. They move to put themselves in a position to live and thrive without a man being there because they don't really believe they're ever going to get one. I agree with him 100% about that. I've actually talked about in that prior video about how I've talked to the black women and they've more or less admitted, yeah, I'm not so sure anyone's ever going to marry me. Now, I think it's stupid to move as if you're not going to get married because the chances are already low. You should be doing everything in your power to raise them. Right? Like me as a black man, I'm not supposed to be making the amount of money that I make. I'm really supposed to not have a clean record right now. And I damn sure shouldn't not have any kids. But I have all three. Why? Because I worked twice as hard to make sure that those things didn't happen to me. I didn't put myself in the position for those things to happen to me. I didn't say, well, I'm probably going to go to jail, so I might as well sell drugs. Like, I didn't say, well, I'm probably going to be a single dad who gets alienated from his kids, so I might as well knock up this hood rat. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying he's right. They move as if strong and independent and let me get my education and let me move in this masculine energy because they don't really believe that anyone's ever going to put them in a position to come out of that. It's not smart, but it's a trauma. All right, and it's something they really should go to therapy for. Not all, of course, but a lot of them. But let's continue.
My oldest would be 21 this week. Statistically, right? There's a strong chance my daughter could be one of those. I hope she's not. She could be one of those who never get a husband because only 1 out of 4 gets a husband. You see that? So when a black woman says, I don't need a man, that is a reaction to the reality that I may not get a man.
So why not preach? Because I understood, you're obviously against interracial relations when it comes to black men with with white women.
With all women. You should only be with a black woman.
And you will say, well, if you can't find a good woman in America, there's
somewhere else.
In
Absolutely.
Africa. So why not teach that same rhetoric to our women? Like,
I do.
If you feel
I tell sisters all the time, go to Africa. So I know sisters who marry. I just spoke with her sister. She invited me to the wedding. She just married a brother from the continent.
I agree with that as well. On my channel, I've told black women several times. Now, listen, I'm not big on the whole, if you're black, you should only date black people. Like, I don't have a problem with interracial dating. I don't. I believe whoever's treating you right, whoever loves you, whoever's following the program, all right, whoever is you feel in your heart is your soulmate, treating you the best, following the program, doing everything that you need them to do, go for it. Right. But I've also suggested several times to black men and black women, I'm like, there's black people that aren't in America. Go to Barbados, go to Jamaica, go to Trinidad, go to Africa. Cameroon, I've been to. Beautiful women in Cameroon, right? Or you could go to Libya, you go to Nigeria, wherever. There's more still in Europe. You go to Europe, get you a black chick. There's black people all over the world at the end of the day. So you don't have to date an American black person to have a black person. But I've never agreed with the rhetoric of you shouldn't date outside your race. I don't really understand that. I don't think that it matters. I think you should date whoever loves you, whoever treats you the best. But let's continue.
But instead of saying they will never get married,
I've taken sisters to Africa who married brothers they met in Africa.
Right.
So yeah, I think
there's plenty. I think there's obviously plenty of black men
and
black women. So
and what I also tell black women, if
married,
you're going to go get you an African man from the continent,
right,
you're going to have to understand that the way in which you talk to black men in America will not be tolerated over there.
Why the fuck is it tolerated? It's not tolerated here. That's what we're trying to tell them.
Well, over here, I want to say this to us, though. Because we try to act like the way sisters treat us doesn't have a history that we are not at least partly responsible for. Let's be honest.
All right, so this is the first time the simple alarm is going off on Dr. Umar. There's zero, and I'm going to let him make his point, but there's zero reason why you're going to tell me you forewarn black women before they even go to Africa to look for a husband that they aren't going to be able to talk to African men the way they talk to black men in America, American black men, right? Here's the problem. For you to even feel the need to tell them that means that there's a fundamental issue in the way they speak to black men in America. There should be no excuse made for that. Let me run that back. Let it breathe. Run that back. For you to tell the black women that you're sending to Africa that they would not be able to talk to an African man the way that they talk to black men in America means that there is a fundamental problem that you recognize that most black women in America have with respecting, dealing with, and communicating with African American men. Now, if you're supposed to be pro-black, and this is where I get into my issues with pro-blacks, because I feel like a lot of them are pro-black women more than they're pro-black people or pro-black men, right? It starts to get into that Ice Cube thing, where Ice Cube came up with the black rules that he was going to present to the White House, and Vivica Fox and them said, well, what about black women? And he's like, well, aren't black women included in black people? And she said, no, right? That's what I feel like that's what a lot of pro-blacks do, because that's something you should be attacking. You should be telling those women they're not going to be able to get an American man, black man, either if they talk to him crazy and out the side of their neck. This might be why they're the least married woman in America. This might be why the majority of black men still aren't marrying them. All right? It'll be one of many things, but it's a big thing. Everybody knows black women in general, not all, have bad attitudes. So why was it that you would tell them to fix that attitude for a non-American black man, but not for an American black man, because supposedly we did things that led to them feeling the way that they feel? At the end of the day, if you're talking to a man and this man's not your relative, this man's not your ex, you don't know this man, he didn't do anything to you to justify being talked to crazy. It's as simple as that. There is no justification for talking to a man crazy who's trying to get to know you. We're not responsible for the sins of our forefathers or your father or your baby daddy or whoever. You should be treating everyone with respect who has not disrespected you. So whatever he's about to say is automatically cap and automatically simp talk, because there should be no justification for the disrespect of black men by black women if that black man has not disrespected them. It's that damn simple. Should be no encouragement for it, no excuses made for it. But let's see what excuse he's going to make.
The black woman has had to hold down the black house by herself, although imperfectly. She's had to do it by herself since the mass incarceration of black males began in the 1970s. You understand me?
Now, he just contradicted himself right there. So his excuse for black women having piss poor attitudes is because they've had to raise the kids by themselves. He then goes, due to the mass incarceration of black men. Well, that's the reason. So black men were being mass incarcerated. All right. We all know about the mass incarceration of black men that happened between mainly in the 90s, but it was starting to begin in the 70s and the 80s as well. Right? Mass incarceration of black men. We knew we were facing larger prison sentences for committing the same crimes as other people were committing. We were being locked up like dogs, being called super predators by y'all current president. But I digress. I digress. We know that this was happening, right? Just like you have a bunch of black men in jail right now over weed charges. And now weed is legal damn near everywhere. And the places where it isn't legal, it's about to become legal. And they ain't letting them brothers out of jail. So you can't say black women are justified in being assholes to black men and then turn around and say, well, due to mass incarceration, because the mass incarceration was largely biased and largely unfair and largely due to negative circumstances that was put upon black men by the government. As a matter of fact, a lot of those black men who were mass incarcerated for selling crack, which was literally given to black men by the government. So you're basically saying black women have the right to treat black men like pieces of crap and less than other black men from around the world because we were unfairly targeted and racially put into prison years ago. Let that breathe, run it back. We were unfairly targeted and mass incarcerated with double sentences for petty charges than any other race. You're acknowledging that and you're saying black women have the right to have an attitude with us over being unfairly imprisoned most of the time and overly long imprisoned most of the time because as a result of that, they had to raise the kids by themselves. That's the stupidest thing I've heard by far so far in this video. Like, that's crazy that he would even say that. But let's continue.
Children are raised by a single mother right now. And it has been that way for about 50 years. So when a sister says, I don't need a man, because she couldn't find one strong enough to hold her down. Or when you meet a woman and you say, sister, I'm strong enough to be your man. You ain't got to work or you ain't got to pay the bills or whatever. Pull back. I got you. And she can't do it because all the other men before you who disappointed her. So what I'm saying is, black men, we got to be patient with our women because we created that personality.
BS. First of all, he's contradicting himself again. He said, if you tell a black woman, chill, hey, I got it. Right? Now, I can even understand a little bit his first example. Oh, she runs into a black man and, he can't take care of her. She can't find a good black man to take care of her. Okay, well, then she shouldn't be having any kids. But I'll digress on that to move to this next point because this is more important. He then says if she does find a black man who says, hey, fall back, chill, I got you, I got this, you can just sit and rest in your feminine energy. She can't do it because of things other black men did to her in her past, which goes back to what I said about 6 minutes ago. What the hell does that have to do with the man she's talking to right now? Nothing. So you spend your whole time using the excuse, you can't find a good black man, which is just that, it's an excuse because there's plenty of them. You find one and you won't act right for him because of trauma from past black men. That would mean that you shouldn't even be on the dating market. That would mean that you need therapy, which is also something that I mentioned a long time ago at the beginning of this video. Saying you were treated badly by black men in the past is not a reason to be an asshat to the black man you're dealing with currently, especially when he's doing everything he's supposed to be doing and he ain't that black man from the past. That is not an excuse to treat black men like pieces of crap. So first you justified it by saying we were mass incarcerated unfairly, right, and unjustly in most cases. Then you make the excuse of saying, well, even if you treat her the right way, she's scarred from her past, which as a therapist, you should be recommending therapy and not putting that on the black men and not absolving black women for having stink attitudes toward their own men as a result of something that the current man didn't even do. So even a good man isn't going to be respected by a black woman because of traumas from other black men in her past. And you're not going to tell the black women that they should respect these men and or go and get therapy before they go back on the dating market. You're going to tell us we should have to deal with her traumas from men that aren't us. I want y'all to understand what this man's saying. We should have to deal with her traumas from men that aren't us, that we did not do because we're black men in America, but an African man shouldn't have to deal with it. They're going to have to fix that attitude problem before they go to Africa, but we have to deal with it. That's the second stupidest thing I've ever heard in this damn video. And I hope no black man listens to that. You should not have to deal with trauma that you did not impose on a woman. If the girl can't be mature enough to let that past go and accept the reality with a new man, then tell her ass to get therapy and cut her off. Why should you sit there and subject yourself to being treated less than for stuff you didn't even do? I don't understand why a black man like Dr. Umar Johnson would even sit here and say something so stupid other than to pander to black women, which is what I told you most pro-blacks do. Because that doesn't make any sense. That's stupid. I mean, that would be the equivalent of a black man saying, my mother was a hoe. That's why we all got different fathers. And I never had a masculine man in my life because she couldn't keep one around because she's a hoe. So now I'm going to treat every black woman like she's a hoe. If I said that, I would get crushed by everyone, including Umar, for saying such a thing. Well, that's not a justification to treat women like crap because your mama was a hoe. So how is it a justification to treat men like crap because your ex was a piece of crap? Come on, Umar. That's 2 simps in a row. You better clean it up because it's looking bad right now, but let's continue.
And then we want to act like we didn't play a role.
We have to be held accountable for their poor selection.
No, you have to be held accountable. No, you have to be held accountable because they have a poor selection.
All right, that's number one stupidest thing I ever heard. Why would black men have to be held accountable because black women can't pick a dick right? What does that have to do with me or any other black man? Why would we have to be held accountable for that? And why don't African men have to be held accountable for that? What makes it so that they don't have to deal with that and you're telling them to clean up their act before they go over there, but you're not telling them to clean up their act before they come over here? What the hell is that? Yeah, Umar simping hard right now, man. Like, I'm sorry, y'all know over here we call spade a spade, but he's simping real hard, man. I mean, it's still a good amount of time left. It's only like 1/4 through, so maybe he gonna clean it up, but it's looking real bad right now. Let's continue.
See, what you're saying, you're selecting a poor mate. And what I'm saying is they don't have much to select one, so of course she's going to end up with a poor mate. And why she going to
That's bullshit too. That's bullshit too. You don't have to listen. First of all, let's not pretend black men, if they're dealing with American black women, have a lot of great options either. All right? There's way more Glorillas out here than there are Michelle Obamas. Right? Now, if you were really trying to lead men in the right direction, you would do what I do, which is tell men, this is the traits of an elite woman. This is the areas elite women hang in. All right. Elite women come from married families. Elite women come from the suburbs. Elite women, if they are from the hood, drug themselves up, got an education. They rest in their femininity. Okay. They respect men. They have men in their life they respect. You go through that whole course and you say to black men, this is how you find a good woman. Yes, you're going to have to go through a lot of women before you find this elite woman, right? I'm giving y'all the short version of what elite woman is, right? You're going to have to go through a lot of women. There ain't a lot of elite women. If there was, they wouldn't be elite. That's what makes them elite. There's not many of them. Of all the players in the NFL, everybody don't get to go to the Pro Bowl. Every NBA player don't get to be All-Star. There's only 24 All-Stars. All right? It's way more than 24 players in the NBA. So my point is, yeah, you're going to have to go through a lot of women. But it's worth it because you don't want to deal with the headache of knocking up a hood rat, getting put on child support, having the windows busted out of your car, and all the other bullshit. So to avoid that, these are the traits, the lifestyles, the areas where you can find elite women. Do not settle. Do not settle. Find yourself an elite woman, and when you do everything in your power to lock her ass down. What you're essentially saying is, well, there's not that many good black men out there, so black women, of course, they have to go out here and procreate or get into relationships with dudes who ain't about nothing. No, they don't. What they need to do is hunker down, rise their standards, be patient, wait until they find a good man and compete. Compete for the good man and lock his ass down. That's what they should be doing. To say there's not that many good men out here, which again is a cop-out, but I digress because there's plenty of good men out here. To say there's not that many good men out here, so of course they picked the bad one, is bullshit. Because they could have waited for a good one. They didn't want to. Which again goes back to needing therapy because you got to question how high is your self-esteem when you're so damn desperate for a man, you would take a man that you know is unworthy just to say that you got one rather than wait for one who's actually worth your time. Which is what I'm trying to talk to the men about. But let's continue.
Poor mate, because we as black men are not raising black boys to be the men that our women need. We are not. They out there killing themselves right now. What we doing about it? Unemployed black males, what we doing about it? Pants sagging, weed smoking, what we doing about it? Black men are not raising black boys to be the men our community needs. That is 100% our fault. What I'm saying is she got a right to be angry with us.
No, she does not. First of all, I'm tired. And now I'm about to black out. Now I'm about to black out because I'm tired of black men always being defined by the lowest common denominator of black men. Y'all, they're killing each other. Y'all out there unemployed. What are y'all doing about that? You know what I'm saying? Y'all not in the house. What are y'all doing about that? So we're going to skip over all the black men who work a good, honest job. The average black man makes about $43,000 a year. Now, we all know Ray on the block ain't working a traditional job, so he's not included in that. So that means the majority of black men are good, honest, hardworking men. All right? So cut the unemployment crap. That's number one. Number two, if you're going to reach and define us all by what about all the black men who graduate from college? What about the black men like me who own their own business, never been locked up, don't have any baby mothers, all right? Makes well over the bare minimum for black men, which is $40,000 a year. Why can't we be defined by me? Or my boy Jamal, who came out of college from the School of Finance making well over $70,000 and is married right now to a black woman. Or my man Deontay came out of School of Engineering, just moved to Houston, making well over $100,000. Or my man Keon, back in Brooklyn, shout out to New York, making well over $70,000. Why can't we be defined by us? Why can't we be defined by the LeBron James of the world, the Michael Jordans of the world, the Barack Obamas of the world, the Pharrell Williams of the world? Like, I don't understand why, but whenever we talk about black women on the flip side, right? Whenever we talk about them, we always define them by the highest common denominator. Oh, they're so educated and they're so smart and they're the breadwinners, even though on average they make less than black men do, but I digress. They're so smart and educated and this way. We always define the black women by the boss chick. We don't define them by the majority, which is Glorilla. If you're going to say the majority of black men are uneducated and out here killing each other, then the majority of black women are hood rats, popping their coochies and having 3 or 4 kids out of wedlock by bums. But y'all don't want to define them by that. Y'all want to define them by the strong, smart, educated boss chicks types. So why can't we be defined by men like me, men like my friends, or men like LeBron James, or men like Barack Obama, or many of the other, men like Earl Graves, many of the other successful black men out here? Why do we have to be defined by Ray Ray? If she don't have to be defined by Keisha, don't define me by Ray Ray. No one else does this. The white men don't define themselves by trailer park trash, and there's plenty of trailer park trash. The Hispanic community has a 50% single parent ratio. You don't even hear about it because they don't define themselves by that. Why would you go, well, we out here killing each other, we have a high unemployment rate, as if there's not a plethora of black men who aren't doing either one of those things? It's asinine. And for you as a black man to be putting that out here is crazy. That's insane. You're not even defining black men by yourself. You're not like that. Nobody in that room is like that. But you're going to say that. Unbelievable, man. But let's continue.
Right to be angry with us.
I understand
we have
that.
not been on our job as black men. If the
Understand that.
men are the providers, what have we been providing for our community? I'm not speaking you individually.
Yes.
Because you may be a damn good father. You may be a damn good father. You may be a damn good father. But guess what? What are we doing for the community? What are we doing for the children who don't have a father? You don't think the black woman got a right to be angry when she's been raising 2/3 of the kids by herself for 50 years?
That's not my problem. So now you basically see, there's always something to downplay black men no matter what the hell we do, bro. Like, do y'all not notice that? First thing he says, well, what are you doing for your community? Well, I'm not talking about what you do individually. So now every man who takes care of his kids don't fucking count. Every man who got an education don't count. Every man who owns a business don't count. Every man who's successful don't count. Every man who doesn't have a record don't count, because that's individual. Which all you can control is yourself. I tell men all the time, control your controllables. The only damn controllable you have is you. You can't control nobody else. But none of that counts. He disqualified all that. And then he goes, what have you done for your community? Okay. Baltimore's mayor is Brandon Scott, a black man. You don't think he did anything for his community? What are we talking about here? Like, I volunteer and coach Little League football teams. Is that not doing anything for the community? I also have a brother-to-brother program for young boys ages 12 to 15 and a sassy program that I support for young women ages 10 to 15. Is that not doing anything for my community? Like, we're going to sit here and really pretend one of my mans, who's a DJ in the community, collects black packs to give to the kids in the city every single year. I flew to visit my mans, who's a black man, who owns a sports bar in Barbados, and he hosts a free lacrosse and soccer camp for the kids every summer. And every year I fly down there and do the videography, and I assist in teaching the kids how to play lacrosse and how to play soccer for free. Is that not doing anything for the community? How could you sit here with a straight face? The damn black man was a president of the United States, Barack Obama. So you gonna tell me he didn't do anything either? And see, and then that's when people get into semantics. Well, Barack Obama didn't really do anything for the black community specifically. Somebody will probably come in the comments, Brandon Scott hasn't done anything to help Baltimore, and he's in there. But he's trying is my damn point. Where's the black women? What are the black women doing for the community? Can we ask that? They've been head of the household for the last 50 years. The community is in the worst shape that it's ever been in. Black boys can't even read under their tutelage. They're reading at a 4th grade level under their tutelage. They ain't never been president of nothing. All right, the last mayor of Baltimore who was a black woman was literally embezzling funds. So what are we talking about here? I'm just using an example. What are we talking about here? And why is it that you can't be defined by your individual accomplishments? In every other culture, men are defined by what men do. It has nothing to do with their community. No one's knocking down Elon Musk because Elon Musk ain't doing nothing for his community. No one's knocking down Bill Gates because Bill Gates ain't doing nothing for his community. But someone like Michael Jordan, who's a damn billionaire, people always say, why y'all buy Jordans? Why y'all buy Jordans? As if we're the only ones who buy Jordans. Hispanic people buy Jordans. White people buy Jordans. People all around the world buy Jordans. He didn't become a damn billionaire off of just black people, you idiots. But everybody got a problem with black people wearing Jordans. Nobody cares when women go out and buy these expensive-ass blacks. Somebody used the excuse one time where people get killed wearing Jordans. People get killed for their bags. Y'all don't tell women to stop going and buying expensive bags, do you? Nope. Birkenstock sandals. Lululemon leggings. A damn legging. $300 pair of leggings. Y'all don't got nothing to say about none of that. Gucci, Prada. Y'all don't got nothing. Y'all ain't telling people to stop wearing that crap, but y'all will tell people to stop wearing Jordans. Meanwhile, besides Jordan's own athletic prowess, the purchases of Jordans, which he owns, by the way, is what helped him become the only black man to own an NBA team, which he just recently sold for $3.5 billion. We should be proud of Jordan. We should be buying Jordans. We should be repping Jordans. We should be happy that Jordan's a cultural staple. We should be proud of this, but everybody want to knock Jordan. Well, what he doing for the community? Why we always got to do something for the community? Nobody else has to do anything for the damn community. Nobody else has to do that. And then when someone does do something for the community, like LeBron James, who has opened the school in Akron, Umar still ain't opened that goddamn school. But LeBron James did. Y'all still got something negative. Well, his son likes white women. I mean, come on, man. It doesn't matter what you do as a black man. Someone's going to find that caveat to say that you're wrong. Well, what are you doing for the community? It doesn't matter what you do individually. Since when are men been defined by their entire community? You're defined by yourself and your family. That's it. The community ain't got nothing to do with you. You can't control a whole damn community. That's stupid. But let's continue.
And the minute she raised her voice, we say she's not humble enough. She had to become masculine to survive the rape, the molestation, the domestic abuse. Are you telling me you can't see?
Wait a minute, hold on. The rape, molestation, and domestic abuse from who? From who? What is this, The Color Purple? What the hell are you talking about? And if she's already become masculine and this is still happening, then that clearly didn't solve the problem. Let me tell you guys something. If a woman becomes masculine, she's just masculine. It has nothing to do with her being anything happening to her. There's plenty of women who have had plenty of things happen to them and they're still feminine. And he acts like these things don't happen to young black boys too. They've been molested. They've been raped. So what are we talking about here? They've been abused. They haven't even been taught to read. We don't have a black boys rock. So what are we talking about here? I mean, this dude reaching for the stars.
How we created that?
I understand that, but she needs
If
to be
we was
more
loving
selective.
our women and taking care of our women, do you think she would be like that? That personality.
You literally just said before that a man could come up to a black woman and say, hey, listen, fall back, sis. I got this. I can take care of you. I can pay for everything. I can hold you down. That she wouldn't be able to do it because of a past man. That ain't even him. Now you turn around talking about, well, if you think she had a man who could take care of her and treat her the right way, she would still be doing all that? Yes! You said it earlier. You literally admitted that this happens. And it does, by the way. What are we talking about here? This man is Dr. Umar, and this is why a lot of times I can't stand pro-blacks, because Dr. Umar is a perfect example of someone who sounds smart to people who are dumb. And can't really process what he's saying. Everything he's saying is a direct contradiction, man. He sounds like a fool. He's simping real heavy right now. That's just me keeping it real. He's simping hard right now. But let's continue.
Pookie and Ray Ray instead of
You're making her a scapegoat.
No, she's picking a scapegoat.
No.
There's good quality men that they ignore.
Why she even got it? Why is there even a Pookie in the selection?
You gotta ask her.
No. I'm gonna tell you why there's a Pookie in the selection.
What?
Because black men have abandoned black boys and have allowed social media, white media, athletes, and rappers to raise them. That's why she with Pookie.
First of all, how can an athlete make you a Pookie? The majority of athletes are not Pookies. They're privileged, spoiled, rich kids. Some of them are from the hood, but they still ain't no damn Pookies, because there's Pookies, their asses would have been locked up before they made it. Most rappers aren't even Pookies. They might promote Pookie hood, but we also have the female rappers who are promoting what? Stripper rap and hoe culture. My coochie pink, my booty hole brown. You don't got no problem with that? What are we talking about? And you're saying basically the only reason Pookies exist is because black men aren't in the households. First of all, most of these kids where the men aren't in the households were made by Pookies. So if Pookie was there, what you think he was going to teach his son how to do besides be another Pookie? The mom was there. Why didn't she stop him from being a damn Pookie? You also have to ask yourself the question, okay, if you're going to say that, why is it still triads, right? And Asian gangs, even though their single parent ratio is below 20%? Why do you still have mob ties and white gangs and mafias when their single parent ratio is below 50%? And even at the even line of 50%, you still have the Latin Kings and other Hispanic gangs. So to argue if the men were in the household, the kids wouldn't gangbang is asinine. There's going to always be bad boys in every community. There's not going to ever be anything you can do about it. You don't got to procreate with them. You don't have to procreate with them. What do you mean, why is there Pookies? There's always going to be bag eggs. Always. Why is there a trailer park trash? Is that white men's fault? What are we talking about here? Let's continue.
Allow Pookie to develop, she would not have a Pookie. If we're going to be men, the first thing we got to do is take responsibility for why our women feel the way they feel.
I can hear that.
I'm not saying that they're right to disrespect, because even if a woman disrespects me, right? That still don't give me a right to disrespect her, because she's still the queen of the community. Even if she's not acting like it, I'm going to give her that respect. But
what the hell is this dude talking about, man? He said, even if she disrespects me, it still doesn't give me the right to disrespect her because she's still the queen of the community. First of all, a queen wouldn't get knocked up by a Pookie. Queens wouldn't have a 75% single parent ratio. Queens wouldn't have 75% having kids out of wedlock. A queen would wait for a king, and if the king didn't come, she would sit her ass in the castle. There's no argument for that. A princess would wait for a prince and sit in the castle if a prince didn't come. She wouldn't come and roll off with the first thief who went by the damn castle. And he's lying on top of that, because we've all seen Umar cuss black women out. So why would he sit here and pretend, oh, well, even if a queen disrespects me, she's still a queen, so I'm not going to say anything. That's a bold-faced lie. Yes, you would. Yes, you would. Are you kidding me? You know how many chicks I know from New York City, chicks I know from Philadelphia, chicks I know from Baltimore, who will light Umar ass up? It ain't no way you're going to tell me you're going to sit there with a smile because she's still a queen. This is that Tupac BS. Even though you was a crack fiend, mama, you still was a black queen, mama. Nobody gives that respect. Nobody gives men that respect. You started this whole conversation off by saying you would tell them they cannot go and talk to African men the way they talk to African American black men. But you won't tell them not to talk to us like that because supposedly they're justified in talking to us like that. But even a woman who disrespects us still isn't justified for us to disrespect her back because she's queen of the community. This is why I hate pro-blacks. This is why I can't stand most pro-blacks. Because this is the shit that they do. And no one even pays attention. Where's Umar's wife? I'll wait. Does Umar have a wife? Did young Pharaoh have a wife? Did Brother Polite have a wife? Do any of these conscious brothers really have a wife? The vast majority of these dudes tell y'all, this black woman is God, the black woman is queen of the earth, the original woman, the mitochondria, Eve, Gene, I love you, da 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 da. So they can get them some coochie coupons. They want to get themselves some coochie coupons. So they say all that bullshit. And the black women eat it up. These dudes having whole polygamies, 4, 5, 2, 3 girlfriends, ain't married none of them. Baby mamas at the end of the day, no matter which way you bend it, twist it, flip it, bop it. They're making baby mothers, which is exactly what they're complaining about. Ain't marrying a soul. Just running through black women. No different than the damn pookies that they always talking about. Talking about shit that don't help nobody. We used to be kings and queens. We used to be kings and queens. And the ancient Kemet and all the ancient society, we were the original people. Who gives a shit? How's that helping us right now? Yeah, we were the original people. We used to be kings and queens. We got melanin. We smarter than everybody. We have the best genetics. We're taller, bigger, stronger, faster, bigger sex organs. And we still at the bottom. So who cares? Who cares? Those ain't nothing but con artists feeding people what they want to hear to boost their damn egos, specifically women. And let me give you guys a gem. The only reason these pro-blacks kiss black women's ass like this is so they can sleep with y'all and do y'all the same damn way Pookie does. Smooth talking, tell you what you want to hear. You a queen, you a goddess, but they won't marry your queen goddess ass, but you a queen, you a goddess. Smash you, have you in their concubine, one of their 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 girlfriends. You know what I mean? Come on, man. And the women are too damn goofy to figure this out. They're too damn goofy to figure this out. If they're not under the tutelage of men, they fall for this dumb shit. They tell you all that. They won't marry you, put you in their concubine, eventually get tired of you, send you back to the streets, just like Pookie does. Talk to you about the ancient Kemet sciences and how we were the original people and how we have melanin in this and how we have this original DNA and how we're the direct descendants of God. And ain't none of that helping your ass today. It ain't gonna, you know what helps you today? What I talk about. Men, get your money up. Start your business, get in your purpose, get an education, get a trade, get your money up, number one. Once you get your money up, find an elite woman. Do not settle for a woman who's not elite. Once you find your elite woman, have your children. Buy a house, provide for your family. When you're talking to your kids about black history, then you could bring up how we're the original people if you want to. Then we could talk about melanin and all this other stuff so that your kids know where they come from and they have a pride in self. But to talk to grown-ass adults about that shit is worthless. You need to tell these grown-ass men to go out here and get a damn job. Running around with a damn book talking about some, let me decode the Bible for you. The hell is that going to fix anything? Why don't you marry a damn woman, have some kids, take care of the kids, put the kids in private schools, set up a trust fund for the goddamn kids, and start building generational wealth? Instead of trying to decode the Bible and talk about how we is kings and queens and we the original people and melanin superpowers and all this bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's not helping anyone. And they're not practicing what they preach. Umar still don't got a wife. All these beautiful black women, he ain't picked one yet. Just like he still ain't opening that damn school. While he talking about what black men ain't doing for the community, LeBron opened his school. Where's Umar's school? It's just a bunch of fast-talking bullshit that, like I said, sounds smart to people who are dumb. But let's continue.
Brothers talk like this discourse we having now.
Yeah.
We act like we don't understand.
No, I do.
There's reasons for that shit.
I do understand. Women are so valuable. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think women ground men and help them, propel to the next level. I think men get further in life with a woman, right? But if I'm a hardworking man, but I'm only looked at as resources,
okay,
and then she's ready to jump on Tom, Dick, and Harry because he got flash. He's shining a little bit more. His access to money is quicker than mine. It's kind of hard to have that.
Well, no, one, I agree with you, but that's not all sisters.
No, it's not. It's
and if
not.
you're constantly running into that type of woman,
Yeah.
then the problem is you. Because you're attracting a certain low vibrational energy. Why is
why
that?
that same?
Okay, so if black women are running into a bunch of pookies, why isn't the problem them? That's what I said earlier. A queen would sit in her castle and wait for a prince to come and make her a king. She wouldn't just go with the first thief who rode by her damn castle talking about, I'll take you out and give you a good wife. So for you to sit here and say, well, black men are running into these type of black women, that's not all black women, so the problem must be you. Then why should I feel bad or feel obligated or like I'm not successful or I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing if I don't want to go and help Keisha take care of Pookie's damn kids or establish a program to help Keisha take care of Pookie's kids? This is what all he's doing is double talking. This is bullshit. Listen, I need pro-blacks to just stick to talking about the comedic sciences and about melanin and about how we were the original people. Just stick to that bullshit. Leave tangible, real life advice alone because y'all don't have anything good information to give about that. Dr. Umar don't know shit about trying to be in a relationship or raise a family because he ain't never had one. If we're going to call a spade, most of them damn pro-blacks ain't never had one. And if they did, it failed. And they won't talk about why. Let's continue.
For women, you just again, you held
because
the man
we having a
responsible.
conversation as men.
Yeah.
I got plenty of interviews with all women where I check them too.
All right.
But as a man, you should not be concerned about what I say to them. No, as men, we should be concerned of what we're going to do to produce a better generation of black males for tomorrow. That's the only that is where we should be focusing.
Women bring the truth.
What men should be focused on is themselves. Let me tell you something, black men. If you don't have any kids, all you should be worried about is being the best version of you could be. Being on your purpose, getting an education, getting a trade, opening a business, doing whatever you want to do. Because it's funny to me that it's encouraged for black women to live their best life, do you, decentralized men and all this other bullshit. But if a black man becomes successful somehow, if our community isn't doing well, then we ain't doing right. If the women aren't doing well, then we ain't doing right. That's bullshit. If you're a black man with no children and no wife, you ain't responsible for nobody but yourself. And if you're doing well for yourself, then you won. Now, once you get a wife, you're responsible for yourself and your wife. Once you have kids, you're responsible for your wife and your kids. Never at any point are you responsible for the damn community. At no point, your community is your household. You're responsible for your household. This is why people ask me, are you pro-black? I say no. Because I'm not responsible for black people. I'm responsible for myself. I don't have any kids. And I'm not married yet. That's why this channel is called Reset Relationships, not Reset Marriage. Because I'm not married yet. I promote marriage. The ideas that I put into place should lead to marriage. But I'm not married yet. So all I'm responsible for is my goddamn self. Nobody else. Putting the onus on black men to be responsible for an entire community is stupid. And the best way to build up the community is to get individual black men and individual black women to become the best versions of themselves and then get them together. This is why I tell women to date elite men. This is why I tell men to date elite women, because they'll be able to match your energy. You will have elite children who have trust funds. And that is how you build generational wealth. Not by going back trying to save hood dudes and hood rats who don't want to be saved and getting killed and or beat up trying to save them. You do what every other community does. Again, does Brad go back to the trailer park and try to change the trailer park trash? No. He leaves their ass in the trailer park to do whatever it is that they're doing. That's what he does.
Right? We understand that, right? I can't have a child unless a woman agrees.
And she can't carry one if you didn't put it in her.
I agree with that 100% too, right? But whether or not, if you want that child or not, she can still make that decision. It's only
if
up
you
to her.
don't put a seed in her, nothing else happens. And no woman can make you put a seed in her. So the original act was the responsibility of a man.
True. I mean,
all right. So
So I agree with Umar 100% about that. I hate when black men try to play the whole, woman has a responsibility rather than not she's going to have the child. No, she doesn't. The reason I don't have any kids is because I ain't putting my seed in women, because I haven't found a woman worthy to have my seed yet. Black men, stop doing that bullshit. Now, I do agree with Dr. Umar about that. I hate that argument. Well, she could terminate the kid or she could keep it. Well, it doesn't matter if you don't put the kid in her, genius. Wear a condom. Or pull out. Once you put the seed in her, it is what it is. If she decides to keep it, too damn bad. You did that to yourself. Tell my dudes all the time, don't be busting in these skeezers. Especially if it's not an elite woman. Because I'm going to tell you something right now. You busting an elite woman and your shit ain't together, you ain't got to worry about it. You ain't got to worry about it. She ain't going to let you bust in there. But if you do somehow, you ain't got to worry about it. That ain't happening. She taking that plan B immediately. But you busting a low-value woman, you get what you get. That's your fault. Shouldn't even been with a low-value woman in the first damn place. But let's continue.
Did black men willingly leave the household, or was it the system that was?
It was systemic.
All right. So how if
you just admitted that it was systemic that black men left the household, why are you using it as a justification for black women to treat them like shit? This is what I'm saying. He's double talking. The only reason he's doing this because he wants access to black cheeks. That's what all these pro-black hotep dudes do. They are not masculine men. Not all of them, but the vast majority of them. They are not masculine men. They're not. They're not. Because he wants coochie coupons, so he won't tell the truth.
we giving them grace for them having to do it without us, but it wasn't our fault, how are we not getting that same grace and that same respect?
I'm going to tell you why.
Why?
I'm going to tell you why. Because black men, as the leaders of the community, now
we can't be leaders.
Here's the question we got to make.
That.
Here's the question.
All right, dude in the New York Yankee hat is a simp. Dude in the New York Yankee hat is a simp, and he talks like he was raised by a single mother. Because he keeps saying dumb shit. We don't have any control over whether or not she has a baby. Yes, you do, stupid. Don't put a seed in her. Don't put a seed in her. Now he's talking about, well, we don't have no control over our women because they ain't going to go for that. No, sir, you don't have any control over your women because they ain't going to go for that. My women are submissive. I don't have a problem finding submissive women. If you have a problem finding submissive women, that means something off about you and your masculinity, or something's off about you and your vetting. Because these women are as submissive as they've ever been if you're a real masculine man. But considering you act like you don't have no damn control over who you have a kid with, you're probably not a real masculine man, and that's why you're having these struggles. Dude in the Yankee cap is embarrassing New York if that's where he's from, man. Get him up out of here. But let's continue.
Because the argument y'all make feeds into the feminist agenda.
Okay.
It's an argument that says, I don't want the responsibility.
I'm a leader.
I don't want to fix shit. Right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to fall back and let her run everything. That's what the feminists tell. They say, look at them, making excuses for why they can't be better men, making excuses for why they can't make better men. You understand? Your argument feeds the feminist narrative.
That's not what we're making excuses for.
I'm saying I am the better man, but I shouldn't be held responsible because you wanted to choose a Pookie and a Ray Ray. That's not me. I work too hard in my life. I'm going to go back to
what I said. Pookie and Ray Ray shouldn't exist. And the only reason why Pookie and Ray Ray exist because we're not in the community making those boys the men they need to be. Do you see that? And she don't get a Pookie if you didn't allow a Pookie.
But she got an Eli. She ain't come to Eli. She went to Pookie. And that's what we're trying to say.
She wouldn't have had a Pookie if we didn't allow one.
I worked too hard in my life.
She wouldn't have had a Pookie if we didn't allow one.
That's a bullshit excuse. I don't have a Keisha. Keishas are allowed every day. There's more hood rats than good women. Do you see me with a baby mother hood rat? No. Why? Because I got good sense and I know my damn worth. That's a bullshit excuse he's using to justify black women procreating with the lowest common denominator in men. The reality is, the reason black women like Pookies is because they're, not all of them, of course, but a majority of them are masculine as hell. They do not want to be submissive. They do not want to do traditional womanly roles. And they know if they get with a good man on their level or above, that's what he's going to require them to do. So they get a Pookie so they can do the bare minimum and boss his ass around and be the breadwinner and brag about how they running it and they a boss chick. And then when it backfires on them, Pookie start whooping their ass in or leaves them with the kid and won't help, they play victim. He's 100% right. There's Eli's out there. They don't want Eli because Eli's going to want a traditional woman. They don't want to be a traditional woman. So they pick with Pookie. He won't talk about that, but that's the God's honest truth. Don't tell me, oh, hey, there shouldn't be no Pookies, then she wouldn't have one. No, if she didn't want a Pookie, she wouldn't have a Pookie. She has a Pookie because that's what she either qualifies for or that's what she wants to attempt to boss around. But she fails to realize it doesn't matter if you're more successful than the man, more educated than the man, have more money than the man, he's still a man. And if he can't run over you and lead the household through just masculinity or through finance or through education because you're smarter than him, you have more money than him, and he's not a masculine man, then guess what? He gonna leave or he gonna beat your ass. Hence why I tell women to leave Pookies alone. But they don't want to be cook and clean and be responsible for bearing the weight of raising it. They don't want to do that. Say it's like, I'm going to get this guy who I feel like I'll be able to do whatever I want. But you ain't going to be able to do whatever you want because Pookie's still a man. Half a man, but still a man. And he's an emotional man at that. He's going to whoop your ass, and then he's going to come back to dudes like me trying to cry and shit, talking about, oh, what y'all doing about this? I ain't doing nothing about that, because I'm over here with my elite queen. Y'all on your own. But see, Umar don't want to say that because he don't want to lose access to that hood rat P-Vox. So he ain't going to say that. He want them coochie coupons.
Men supposed to make the braids the boys.
Right. We as men is holding other men accountable for the same thing that you talking about right now.
What are we doing for the young brothers in the street? So
what you mean, mentoring them? No, I mean he's a great father.
Mm-hmm. I ain't talking about that's individual. That's good, but that's individualism. Yeah. What are we doing collectively as men to change the trajectory for black boys in the streets right now? Nothing.
We're being
but talking shit.
Yeah, that's not true. Again, Baltimore's mayor is a black man trying to clean the city up. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. Because it would take years, decades to clean the damn city up. But he's attempting it. Barack Obama attempted it. LeBron James opened up a school and attempted it. Nipsey Hussle opened up a whole goddamn shopping center in his community. And guess what? He got killed outside of it. Young Dolph was buying cookies at a black-owned cookie shop in his community, and guess what? Young Dolph got killed at the side of the damn cookie shop. So this argument he keeps making of telling black boys to go out back to the damn hood, telling black men, I should say, to go back to the hood to do something for the boys in the street, all you doing is risking your life for no fucking reason. Half the time when you do that, you get killed. He don't want to talk about that either. And again, going back to what I said earlier, in no other community is a man's success based upon how much he's giving back to other men. No one's saying Bill Gates is less successful because he didn't go to the trailer park and help the trailer park trash. No one is saying that Steve Jobs isn't as successful because he didn't go back and help the trailer park trash. No one's saying that about any of them. But for some reason, as black men, if we take care of our families and our kids and we become individually successful, it doesn't count because we didn't go back and help Pookie and Ray Ray. Even though every time we try to go back and help Pookie and Ray Ray, we get laid the hell out. We get a damn mural and then everybody moves on. So I can't stand pro-blacks. Because they want you to be responsible for the community. You're going to lose your mind trying to be responsible for a whole goddamn community. You as an individual cannot be responsible for a whole community. This is why I created the damn elite fleet. Because I'm trying to tell black people, listen, become elite, find you someone elite, get married, and build generational wealth. If everybody follows that plan, we will be fine. As soon as you start worrying about the lowest common denominators, Keisha and Ray Ray, it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to go anywhere. It's a waste of time. It's stupid and it's bad advice. I don't give a damn what nobody says. I live in one of the richest black counties in America. They ain't get that way because they was trying to save every hood dude in Baltimore, every hood dude in D.C. The PG and Moco counties in Maryland became the richest counties because they separated and did their own thing and procreated with each other and started building generational wealth. That's how they got to where they got to. Every other community does this. That's why they have a suburbs. The successful white people go to the suburbs. They don't stay in the inner city. They don't stay in the trailer parks. This idea of going back to the community and pulling up people who are less than ain't going to do shit but stress you out and get you killed. And you're going to lose everything you worked for. Driving a Benz back to the damn hood trying to help the hood dudes. Man, please.
Get better unless we put hands on deck.
That's a lie.
The reason the athletes and the rappers are the role models is the professional black man moved out the hood. Where the dentist at? He ain't in the black community no more. Where the lawyer at? Where the business owner at? Where your city council person at? We abandon black boys, and then we blame black men for poor choices in mates that they should not even have to make if we did a better job raising our boys the right way. At the end of the day, if I'm going to call myself a man, the ultimate responsibility for reconstruction of the black community rests with me. Yes, they have a role. Yes, they have responsibility. But as a man, as a leader, to say I can't fix this shit unless she changes, that's not the definition of a man.
I don't see. I think we're on two different.
Definition of a man is taking care of himself and his family, not the whole damn community. You're not the president. You're a man. You're head of your household. HOH, head of your household, not the whole damn community. Then here he goes. Where's the Black City Council? There's Black City Council all over the place. Maryland, Georgia, all over the place there's Black City Council. Why are you acting like these things don't exist? Well, the black dentist, they ain't in the neighborhood. Why would a black dentist open up a dentistry in the black community so everyone could come in there? They don't have insurance. They can't afford the services. So the only way the dentist is going to be able to stay there is if he drastically decreases his prices. Why should he have to drastically decrease his prices so he's barely making any money and he can't pay back his hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loans when he could have went to the suburbs and he could have charged those white and Asian people normal prices because they would have had the money to pay it. He could have charged the black suburban people normal prices because they would have had the money to pay it. But he's just supposed to go back to the hood, never pay off his student loans, have people coming in there trying to get the hookup, ain't got no goddamn insurance, and if he won't hook them up, if he won't knock the prices down, then they'll probably boycott his shit or rob him or kill him outside of his store like they did Nipsey Hussle, who Umar didn't bring up, who actually opened a shopping center in his goddamn community and got killed in front of it, or Young Dolph, who was actually personalizing a black business in his community and got killed in front of it. They'll probably murk the dentist because they can't afford to go to the damn dentistry, and they're jealous that the dentist is charging them prices they cannot afford to pay, and they're jealous that the dentist has a lifestyle that they cannot afford to live. They'll probably just knock the dentist off. He can't survive there. No, the dentist should not be opening dentistry in the hood. If he wants to donate to the kids in the hood, then that's fine. But you shouldn't be helping no adults do shit. They're adults. You ain't changing adults 9 times out of 10. They gotta want to change themselves. The black man who worked his ass off to become the dentist, or the black woman who worked her ass off to become a dentist, should have the right to go to the suburbs so she can charge regular prices and pay her goddamn student loans and live the lifestyle that she sacrificed when everyone else was out shaking ass, that he sacrificed. When everyone else was out selling drugs and getting fast money and getting all the women, they sacrificed. And they should be able to make their damn money to the full extent that is allowed by putting their business somewhere where the people can afford the services. They should not have to come back to the hood and discount their services to help the damn community. In no other community are people asked to do this type of goofy shit. None. Oh, hey, white man, why don't you go and open up a trailer park dentistry? You ain't gonna make no damn money because they ain't got no damn insurance or really any teeth. But hey, you should try to help them out. Doesn't happen. I'm about done with this video because at this point, Umar's saying the same shit over and over again, and he's wrong. This is why I tell y'all I'm not pro-black. Because their strategy is always, how can we help all black people? You can't help all black people by helping yourself. The best way to help someone else is to tell them to help themselves. If everybody focused on being the best version of them goddamn selves, getting themselves a trade, getting themselves an education, finding them a suitable partner on their level, who was willing to do what they required, having children with funds. Black people always talk about how money don't matter. Yes, it does. We live in a capitalist society. We live in a capitalistic world. You can't survive without money. Can money buy happiness? No, but I ain't never met no happy broke person. That's just the reality of the situation. I ain't seen it, and I ain't gonna see it. Build generational wealth, set up trust funds, buy land, real estate, get life insurance for your family. Teach your kids to do the same thing. Be the best versions of themselves. Get an education, get a trade, start a business or pass a business down to them. Find them an elite partner and don't settle. Do the same thing, rinse and repeat. If every black person followed this process, in the next 30 years, we will be fine. But as long as y'all idiots keep trying to go back to the hood and help people who do not want to be helped, and stop acting like there aren't some people who are just meant to be fucking losers, and there's nothing you can do to help these losers, we're going to continue to be in the situations that we're in. That's the reality of the damn situation. Simple as that.
Chords. I don't think we're saying that. What I'm saying is I'm capable of being that leader, that provider. I've worked hard in my life. You get what I'm saying? I should not have to do.
You still go back to individualism.
But I only feel like we tell black men that we have to now deal with masculine women, women with children.
Why is she masculine? Because she's had to raise the kids alone. Not one woman,
so
brother. A whole community.
So you mean to tell me the only woman I could look forward in my life is a masculine woman that has kids by other men?
No.
That's what I have to look forward to?
But I'm telling you, mistakes made by black men systemically gave rise to the conditions that allowed her to be masculine and made her end up with a man that you consider to be less than what he should be. And I'm telling you, black men are responsible for her being masculine because we have not helped her raise them children.
I am
and
not.
when I say help them raise them children, I don't mean you as the stepdad.
No,
I mean you as an active member in the community where we go to every single parent black mother and say, how many sons you got? 2? How many sons you got? 2? Well, guess what? That's your son's big brother. That's your son's big brother. He taking them to school. He doing the homework. He gonna spend a couple hours with him every Saturday. He got his own kids too, but he gonna make time for you. She got masculine because she had to become masculine in order to deal with the rape, the abuse, the domestic violence, the disappointments that men had in her life, and also raising those kids and have to take care of herself all at the same time. The black woman has been the be-all, end-all in our community for half of a century, and now we want to turn around and say because she didn't do it perfectly enough or remain feminine enough when she had to absorb our responsibilities plus her own, that's insensitive and disingenuous.
No, what's insensitive and disingenuous is acting like these women aren't trash. Like they couldn't close their damn legs. Like they couldn't not have kids. Like they couldn't wait for a good man to come along and sitting here and putting the onus on other men to make a program to take care of another woman's kid and make your kids they big brothers so that you can help this bum ass hood right out. Why do we keep acting like all black women are good people? I want to end the video with this because I can't take no more of this shit. It's getting on my nerves. And it's a circular talking point at this point. Yeah, he's going to keep saying the same thing and he's wrong. Why do we keep acting like all black women are good women? Why do we keep making the face of them Michelle Obama and not acting like she's a damn rarity and like the majority of them aren't Cardi B, Glorilla, Young Miami? Stop it. She's masculine because she wants to be masculine. If she wanted to be feminine, that's what she would be. She could have the choice to have no kids. There's black women out here with no damn kids. Why you ain't got no kids? Because I couldn't find a good man. That's a good woman. A woman who will procreate with trash is trash. Let that breathe. Run it back. A woman who will procreate with trash is trash. She's not trash because she got stuck with the remnants of the trash. She procreated with the trash. If you can look at a man who is trash and say, I want to reproduce him, then you get what you get. It's not the onus of me, them, or any other black man to clean that bullshit up. We not going, Umar. We not going. And let me say this to you. We didn't create this situation. Y'all created this situation. Gen X was the one that ballooned the single parent ratio up even higher, all the way 75%. Millennials and Gen Z, me being a millennial, I think he's talking to Gen Z in this video, but if not, he's at least talking to millennials. The parent ratio has gone down. The birth rate has gone down. We ain't even having no damn kids. The single parent ratio is going to go down in our damn generation. Gen X did this. Your generation did this. Y'all are the pookies. That's why your ass ain't married right now. Why you talking all this good shit? Beautiful queen, goddess of the earth. But you ain't married to one. That's a contradiction in of itself. It don't make no sense to cap this goddamn hard. And then when you got railroaded on Fox Soul by black women who wouldn't even let you acknowledge the fact that Cynthia G called for the genocide of young black babies, now you want to come up here and try to bully these black men for saying they don't want to be clean-up men. They ain't got to be clean-up men. Listen, I'll leave y'all with this note. Black men, you are responsible for your goddamn selves. Not the community, not the women in the community, not no one else or anything or anyone else but your goddamn self. Control your controllables, and the only thing you can control is yourself. That's it. That's all. Umar talking that pro-black bullshit. Because that's all it is. It's bullshit. Nothing he's talking is going to help any goddamn body right now. None of this conversation is helpful. If you want to learn some more about your history or your ancestry, you talk to Dr. Umar Johnson. If you want to learn about how to make money, run a household, run a family, you know, shit that actually is going to change, there ain't even no point talking to Umar. He don't know. He don't do it. All he know is donations, 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 gifts, as he said in that one video. Yeah, he was straight up simping in this, man. I watched him from my unbiased point of view and perspective, straight up simping, talking nonsense. I will hope no black man listens to anything that this man is saying. He was right about 30% of the time in this video. 30% of the time. Either way, man, that's my thoughts on this. It ain't even no point in finishing. I am Alex, and I am out. Peace.